Taurus, this September, your heart and creativity are in the spotlight. Expect more joy, blessings, and connection in your love, home, and daily life. Hey, Taurus, I'm Lindsay with Love, a Western tropical zodiac astrologer, here to raise the frequency of the planet, and astrology is one way that I help people transform their realities. We are going to talk through the personal planets in this horoscope. We are focusing on Mercury, Venus, Mars, the new moon, and the full moon. I'm going to discuss these energies in the highest vibration, how to use them to level up your life this September, and we'll also discuss potential challenges, kind of lower vibrational energies, and how to transcend out of them if you find yourself there. So, Taurus, I've got my camera here, my mic is here, my computer is here. So, I'm looking at my computer once in a while just to make sure I'm giving you the most accurate information. So, Taurus, we will start off with Mercury in Virgo at the beginning of this month. Starting on the 2nd, Mercury enters into Virgo. And if you think about Mercury, this is really what you're focused on. This is what you have your mind on. It's how you're communicating out to the world. It is maybe your plans and you kind of figuring out how to move forward in life. And so with Mercury in Virgo, you're organized, you're being efficient, you're being effective in the highest vibrations. And this energy for you is in the part of the sky that involves your everyday life. It involves your zest for life and those things that really fill you up. So you're trying to figure that out, likely, or it's a good time to figure that out at the beginning of September. Really looking at what, like, kind of doing an inventory of your life. Currently, I have this in my life. I have these hobbies. I do these things. This is how I express myself. These are my creative endeavors. And are they filling up my cup or not? If they're filling up your cup, that is great, Taurus. If they aren't, it's a good time to release some of them and then kind of think about what would bring you a lot of joy and fulfillment into your life. Now, this is also the part of the sky that involves romance. So if you are single, Taurus, you might be connecting with different romantic partners, communicating with many different romantic partners at this time. If you are already in an established relationship, it's a time where you and your partner might be more romantically involved together, maybe deepening your connection by doing different things together, spending more time together, something like that. Now, this is also the part of the sky that involves children, Taurus. So if you have children, there's an open line of communication with them. You might be hearing news from your children or about your children, deepening the connection and relationship you have with your children through communication. But it's also a time where if you don't have any children, maybe you are planning children, planning to conceive, planning adoption, whatever that looks like for you, Taurus. Or it could be that you are making decisions around having children or not. Now, this is also the part of the sky that involves your creative self-expression, as I mentioned. And with Mercury here, you are chit-chatty. You're able to express yourself pretty freely and openly at this time, very likely anyway, Taurus. And it's also a time, if you are an entrepreneur, to launch your ideas, share what you're doing with your audience, with your email list, with whoever you come across, because you have some good ideas, you have some good plans in action, and your communication is strong for your entrepreneurial pursuits at the beginning of this month. Now, the kind of lower vibration of Mercury in Virgo is that it can be that we overanalyze, we begin to overthink, we try to perfect, and perfection just stalls out progress. You become almost indecisive. It's like an analysis paralysis type of vibe. And in this 5th house of, your everyday happiness and joy and fulfillment, it could be that you might feel a little bit stuck. You're almost like overthinking. I don't know. You might be thinking, Taurus, I don't know what brings me joy. I don't know how to feel fulfilled. I don't even know who I am and what I like anymore. And if that's you listening, then Taurus, allow yourself some time at the beginning of this month to sit with yourself, to try some new things. Maybe try a different creative outlet. Maybe you've never tried drawing, or maybe you've always been interested in ceramics, or maybe you want to color like you did when you were 5 years old, perhaps. Maybe you want to pick up a crochet hook and some yarn. There's so many different creative outlets. Maybe you want to write, do poetry, start your Substack, I don't know, go live on TikTok. There's so many ways to creatively express yourself. And I do truly believe, Taurus, that when we are creative, because that's what we came here to do, we will continue to evolve and grow. When we decide to kind of stop becoming, having fun in life, when we decide to stop creating, when we stop that child wonderment and kind of having fun, like the child within. I think that's when we start to kind of grow old. That's when our body kind of starts to slow down. And so creating is a really powerful outlet, not just for abundance and expansion, but to keep ourselves healthy and evolving as well. All right, Mercury then moves into, on the 18th of the month, the part of the sky that involves your work, it involves your day to day life, and it involves your health routines. Now, this is Mercury entering into the sign of Libra, and Mercury in Libra wants peace, harmony. You want balance of your mindset. You don't want to be kind of fighting yourself. You want to live a peaceful life. You're focused on beauty, you're focused on creativity, you're focused on an ease of life, moving through your day in a very beautiful flow state. And so here it's open communication in your work routines with your boss, with your colleagues. It is being expressive and kind of moving through your day to day. You're gonna wake up, you're gonna do the morning routine, you're gonna drop the kids off at school, you're going to go to work, and the whole time you're just vibing out. You're letting the mind just be nice and calm. Even if there's hiccups, you recognize an opportunity for your soul to grow or evolve. You are solution focused rather than problem focused, because you know that focusing on the solution brings it to you into your reality much faster. So you're very focused in on your routines, you're focused in on your health. It's a really good time, Taurus, to find balance in your energetic system. I'm not going to go into the chakras here, but know that your body is comprised of 7 chakras. There are more, but this is kind of the physical being part of us. And these chakras are wheels in the body, and they're moving energy up and down our system, allowing us to receive signals and to receive downloads and messages so that we can really use our energy to manifest our best reality. And so it's a really powerful time with Mercury in this part of the sky, Taurus, for you to really hone in on your consumption. What are you feeding your mind? What are you feeding your body, your soul, and your spirit? To focus in on an exercise routine, create one. Or on the opposite side of it, Taurus, to stop thinking about it so much, right? Sometimes we're so focused in on the physical. My pants don't fit. My pants don't fit. I need to lose weight. I need to lose weight. And we perpetuate that reality. And so we never get out of it, right? And so maybe you're like, you know what? I'm going to make this my routine for my exercise and my eating and my lifestyle for the next 3 months. This is what it's going to be. I'm just going to dive into it, forget about it, trust that it will work for me. And then all of a sudden, 3 months later, the pants fit. Things are going good for you, whatever it is for you, Taurus, right? So Mercury has you very much focused in once again on your your everyday life, your joy for life, romance, children, creativity, expression, entrepreneurship, if that's what you're doing, as well as your day-to-day routines, your work routines, and your health routines as well. So before we dive into Venus, the energy of love and money, hit the subscribe button, Taurus, if you're a Taurus or you have one in your life. All right, let's talk Venus. At the beginning of this month and since last month, Venus has been hanging out in the part of the sky for you that involves your home and your family life. Venus in the sign of Leo, where she is warm and generous and childlike and easy and compassionate. This is a very beautiful energy. It's a very high vibrational energy. It's a creative energy. And in the part of the sky that involves your home and your family life, it's very likely that last month and into September, there's a lot of love within the family unit. Maybe you're filling your home with love. From a more tangible perspective, perhaps you are adding beauty to your home, maybe changing out the decor, painting the walls, adding some new artwork, something along those lines. But Venus also the energy of money. And so it could be that you have decided to start an at-home business. You've started to bring extra income into your home in some way through a side hustle, perhaps. You've decided to start a family business. Maybe you've received an inheritance from your family, specifically your mother, or working with your mother and money in some sort of way. Now, in the lower vibration here with Venus in Leo, Venus will seek attention in this part of the sky. And in your home and your family life, perhaps there's some acting out between your family members for attention, right? So maybe you're acting out because you feel like you need attention from your family members. Maybe your mother is acting out in a way, or there's some tension in the sky there. And if that's the case, Taurus, I recommend you just, go inward, create some distance if needed, create some boundaries if needed, do some things that light you up inside to release that tension and release that need for seeking attention. It's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just a potential with this energy in the sky. Now, you've got Venus hanging out there until the, let's see, 19th of the month, when she then enters into the part of the sky, once again, that is your zest for life. It's your joy for life. It's your fulfillment. The fifth house of romance and children, Venus love energy here. You are deepening your connection with a romantic partner. You're finding the right, attracting the right romantic partner, I should say. You are conceiving. You are deepening your connection with your children if you have them. You are maybe spending extra time with your nieces and your nephews, something along those lines. Venus, the energy of love, beauty, art, in this very creative part of the sky, and Venus, the energy of love, you could really put your art out there, maybe for the first time, or in a more vulnerable way, a more creative way, a more expressive way, and receive abundance in because of it, Taurus. And Venus, the energy of love and money, in this part of the sky that involves your entrepreneurial journey, if you are somebody that's doing that, and it is magnetic, Taurus. I'm saying put yourself out there, let your audience know what you're doing, let your clientele know what you're doing, let your besties and have them referring you know what you're doing, send out to your email list, launch your new product or service, whatever you have cooking in your business. This is the time to really let it out to the world, because you will receive a beautiful response, and you're very popular and charismatic at this time. So Venus in this part of the sky in Virgo, it's a very healing energy in this fifth house, healing energy around romance, around children, healing energy around how you express yourself, feeling safe to express yourself. On the other side, the lower vibration, a little bit insecure perhaps. And so maybe a little bit insecure in your romantic pursuits when it comes to children, your entrepreneurial journey, in life in general. And from personal experience, the way to release yourself from insecurities is to set boundaries and implement the boundaries when necessary. And not just set boundaries and implement them, but also do things that challenge your growth. Try something new, because what you're going to find is that when you take action towards something new, though it might feel scary, you release the fears and you build confidence by taking action. And by releasing fears and building confidence, you're building that energetic, secure foundation for yourself. So really beautiful energy, Taurus, with Venus hanging out once again in your home and your family life, and then in your kind of zest for life, your joy for life this month. All right, moving on, Taurus. How do you plan to exert yourself physically? Well, let's look at Mars. Mars is starting off this month for you in the part of the sky that also, once again, involves your day-to-day life. You are in it to win it with Mars here. Mars in the sign of Libra. You're looking for peace and balance in your work. You're looking for peace and balance in your everyday life. You are seeking peace and balance when it comes to your health as well. And so this is a really great time to exert yourself physically. Sit down, create a routine, stick to it. Do it for a day or two. If it's not working, adjust it as necessary. But you're really in your life, like day to day, you're moving and grooving. You might all of a sudden have a big burst of energy for the beginning of this month to organize your home, to get your routine, get your calendar figured out, to go through the next 5 months and like figure out the dates for XYZ, your kids' sporting events, your work programs, whatever it is you have going on, Taurus. It's a time where you might be extra assertive at work. Be careful, because Mars here could be a little bit indecisive, right, in the lower vibration, or a little bit aggressive, a little bit too forward in the lower vibrations. And at work, we kind of, have to be mindful about how we're speaking with our colleagues and our boss and all of those things. So something to be mindful of with this energy here. But ultimately, you're going to likely feel ready to kind of seize the day type of energy with Mars here. Okay, and then Taurus, on the 22nd of the month, Mars now shifts into the part of the sky that involves your relationships, your one-on-one relationships, whether that's your best friend, your business partner, your husband, your wife, your soulmate, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. whatever you've got going on, Taurus. And here Mars is in the sign of Scorpio, goal focused, lots of willpower involved in this energy, which is good until it becomes kind of bossy. So Mars in this part of the sky is saying, probably spending more physical time with the people that you love, those closest to you, maybe more. And if you can't see them physically because perhaps you and your bestie are living on the other sides of the world, like me and my bestie, maybe you're on the phone more with your best friend, you're having FaceTime dates more often. You're really physically involved with your those that are closest to you, your tribe, right? Now, once again, Mars can be a little bit assertive, a little bit forward. So just like we're being mindful in our day-to-day life, we're being mindful with our colleagues, we're being mindful when we're out and about, where we're not honking the horn, getting road rage, being annoyed that the barista is taking 10 minutes to make your latte. We're also going to be mindful inside of relationships because you might feel like you're just being a little bit assertive and your partner or your friends might be saying, whoa, you're being a little bit bossy. So we want to be mindful there, Taurus, about how that energy is coming across because it's very leadership vibes. You're ready to go. And just because you are doesn't mean everybody else is. Now, Taurus, if you're single, it's a time where you could be a little bit more assertive, putting yourself out there a little bit more to find your partner. Maybe you're seeking a business partner. It's a time where you'd put yourself out there a little bit more assertively to find that perfect person for you to go into business with, maybe your best friend, whoever it is you're looking for, Taurus. All right, let's talk the full moon. We'll talk the new moon, and then that will be that. So, Taurus, there's a full moon happening on the 7th of this month in the part of the sky for you that involves your authenticity, in the part of the sky for you that involves your social networks. And so I love this here for you. The full moon is either helping you release something or it's shining a spotlight on something, illuminating it, maybe something you've missed before. Now, from an authentic perspective, you will hear me say through and through that I believe authenticity is one of the number one energies to exude in this time-space reality to get what you want, to manifest anything you desire. Why? Because that's your natural state of being. Now, is it easy to do? Not always, right? It's not easy to kind of bare your soul, show your cards, show your heart, and be very vulnerable. But if you were to do that, Taurus, you will attract the right people to you. So this full moon is saying, hey, release the masks that you might be wearing. Stop discounting yourself. Let's stop watering ourselves down. Let's just show up as the greatest version of ourselves, allowing room for growth and expansion. But also, not hiding behind what truly matters to us and hiding behind, maybe society's programmings or whatever. Now, this full moon is also in the part of the sky that involves your friends, your social networks, groups and organizations you belong to, benefactors and allies that want to support you. And so there might be shifts there, Taurus. I always recommend doing a friend inventory every once in a while. Are your friends helping you level up, Taurus, or are they keeping you playing small? Are your friends laughing at you when you try to show your most authentic self? And if they are, maybe it's time to kind of set some boundaries, let them know it's not cool, release yourself from the relationship. It could also be that this full moon is saying, this is where you could be more authentic. These are the people you might want to spend more time with, Taurus, so that you can really create your best reality. And then finally, Taurus, on the 21st, there is a new moon happening in the part of the sky for you that involves your zest for life, your fulfillment, your happiness, your joy, children, once again, romance, creative self-expression, entrepreneurship. So if you are interested in any of those things, Taurus, it's a really great time on the 21st for you to manifest, send it out. Do you want a new romantic partner? Do you want the perfect person for you? Or maybe you want to take that relationship to the next level, from dating to husband and wife, partnership, whatever that looks like for you. It could be that you are manifesting children, having children, expanding your family in some way. It could be that you're manifesting your business taking off. Maybe you're just simply manifesting the confidence to be super creative, the confidence to fully express yourself, because just like I believe authenticity is one of the number one energies in this lifetime, I also believe creativity is as well. And so if you can master those two, Taurus, you will win at life. You will get everything you desire and likely so much more. All right, Taurus, that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed it. There's timestamps in the description box below if you want to revisit any of this. There are products, services, all of my offerings also in the description box below. Please comment, like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends about Lindsay with love. And if you are ready to transform your life. You are a woman that is seeking camaraderie, a tribe, like-minded people to help you elevate your lifestyle. You may want to join the Cosmic Collective today.